welcome to Facebook Live. I'm Jeanette, you know my friend Grant.
Hello.
And we are so excited today to have our very first guest on Facebook in our kitchen. We've got Irish celebrity chef Clodagh McKenna. Welcome to Facebook Live.
Thank you. You know what, I'm so excited to cook with these two, and I'm so honored to be your first guest. I didn't know that.
We couldn't ask for a better first guest. You know Clodagh, she's been a friend of our show for a few years now.
Yeah.
She's gotten to be more like family to us, I think.
Yeah, we WhatsApp message probably every day.
Recipe
text.
We love us. We affectionately call her Clo-Clo. And so we are getting the St. Patrick's Day party started a bit early today. 2 days till the big day. And so we are going to get started with, it's not St. Patrick's Day until there is some Irish soda bread, right?
Exactly.
So we've got the big guns here today to show us how to do it. As always, we love hearing from you guys, so make sure you comment. Do you have any questions for Clodagh? She's got tons of answers. So ask us any questions, anything about St. Patrick's Day, anything about cooking. Clodagh is an incredible, incredible chef. And so she's got plenty of answers for you guys. And we want to hear also, what are you guys up to for St. Patrick's Day? We've got some fun plans we'll talk about throughout the broadcast. And that's it. I think it's time for some Irish soda bread. What do you think, Clodagh?
Fun. So I'm doing, so there's loads of different variations of soda bread. You know, my favorite probably is the Clodagh bread one that I use with rosary.
I love that she calls it's Irish Clodagh bread.
I know.
It's not Irish Clodagh bread.
You know, that sounds very egotistic.
No, it's so sweet.
It wasn't actually me that named it. It was a friend of mine that named it, and then it kind of started getting, everybody was calling it Clodagh bread. Anyhow, so this is a different version. This, as I call it, is my sweet orange bread with raisins in it too, or sultanas.
Sultanas, I like that. So you call them sultanas?
Sultanas.
That's fun. I'm gonna start doing that. It's fun. It's more fun to say than
It's
raisins.
way more fancy than golden raisin.
Laviana is watching from Chicago. Hello, Laviana.
Hello.
And Lori from Staten Island is watching today as well.
Hello, Lori.
So this is a real go-to bread. So you know I make my soda bread at home at least once a week.
Yeah.
And when friends come over, I always show them how to make. So this is a different variation of this. It's sweet and savoury. It's still a savoury bread. It's beautiful. What you need is some all-purpose flour, which I'm going to sieve through here. I sieve it because I want to get it lovely and airy. So for those people who are watching that are terrified of making bread, which I know there are so many people.
I'm one of them.
Okay, yeah, so this is a real simple one. This is a foolproof recipe. Everybody can make this. There's no real kneading involved. You don't let it rest. You make it, you put it into the oven, and it's done within the hour.
And for a true testament of how easy it is, I do not bake. I am not a baker at all. And I was making up Clodagh swaps right before the snowstorm, and they came out beautiful. It smells great. It's really good. I didn't mess it up, so if I didn't mess it up, I promise you guys will not mess it up.
I think another great thing about this recipe too is it makes a nice big loaf, and you can use it for breakfast the next morning, which you're going to show us how later, which is really fun. So you can have this for St. Patrick's Day morning, and then have some more the next day for some French toast. So Deborah's watching from Maine. Hello, Deborah.
Hi, Deborah.
And Jill, we have a watcher from Australia today.
Oh, that's so cute.
Julie's watching from Australia. It's summertime in Australia.
It is.
Right?
Oh,
we're very jealous because the three of us just
or snowstorms.
Yeah,
we are blizzard survivors today.
Exactly.
Huge snowstorm yesterday, right?
Yeah. So I've put a baking soda in here, or bread soda, or bicarbonate of soda. It's all the same thing, just different names to it. And that is, what makes the bread a soda bread. Now, a lot of people will ask me questions when I'm doing cookery demos or via social media. I've got little green little bits in my soda bread. The reason why that happens is because the soda is not mixed through the flour properly.
Oh, wow.
So this is an important step. So I've put my soda in here, right? I put a little pinch of salt in here too, and then I make a well in the center. Now, a lot of people, I'm actually going to put in some orange zest. I mean, we know this because we cook a lot every day, every day, 24/7. It's our lives. But for a lot of people who don't know this, if you're using orange juice in anything, always make sure you use the orange zest as well, because there's so much more flavour in the orange zest, as we know, right, than the actual juice.
We like to say that citrus is kind of like a 2-ingredient thing. Like you have both the zest and the juice, so you can
it is.
Get more for your money.
2 in 1.
2 in 1.
Clodagh, we have a comment from Sweda. She wants to know what's the best way to prevent dry soda bread.
Oh yeah, okay. So that is going to be the next step. And making sure, and that's another thing that happens too with the bread, is just making sure that you mix properly. You make sure your hands are in there. This is something you can do in it, in one of those food mixers, but it's so good to do it with your hands, because then you feel if there's dry parts in it. If there are not any dry parts, you won't get a dry bread.
And I like that better because then you're not making your your mixer dirty.
No, you're not making it
easier to wash your hands in the dishes.
Also, I think just the the feeling of making bread is just so gorgeous.
Right.
I mean, you'll save thousands in therapy.
And it's empowering.
It's empowering. A little bit of time on your own, making bread, getting your hands in there is just, so nice. It's gorgeous.
All right, we're going to say hi to Shannon and Lane, the kids. Hi, guys, for watching.
Hello
to Karen from Las Vegas and Sally from Clarksville, Tennessee. Hey, guys, I know.
Hey,
it's so fun. Well, like I said, I'm Jeanette, and this is Grant. We're in the Rachael Prep Kitchen, and we're here with our good friend Clodagh McKenna, our very first guest on Facebook Live. We're so excited to have you. I was just whisking this together. These are your wet ingredients. So that was a little bit of yogurt. You're using the juice of 1 orange, and then it was about 1.5 cups of milk, right?
Exactly. Okay. So that's my wet ingredients. Now I will say here, if you want to, you can use buttermilk instead if it's easier for you. I do a mix of yogurt and milk together just because I love the kind of sharpness that the yogurt gives. I use plain yogurt, but you could use Greek yogurt if you want to as well. Whisk them all together. But as I said, if buttermilk is easier for you, just use buttermilk.
Oh, I like, because you were kind of almost making, isn't it, if you run out of buttermilk, isn't it just supposed to be like equal parts like milk and citrus or vinegar to kind of curdle the milk?
Or yogurt.
Or yogurt, great.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm putting in the raisins in here too. Another tip, if you wanted to booze this up a little, if you want to, I'm just saying if it's not a family bread and you want an adult bread, you could soak these overnight in a little bit of whiskey. And that would be really
So now you're speaking our language.
Yeah, now we're on board.
Soak up some booze in those raisins and throw them in the bread.
There's some whiskey on that back counter. It might pop out at some time.
Angela is watching Clodagh, and she said that she's never made Irish soda bread before. She's going to try it.
This is a great first recipe.
It's wonderful. So Angela, just to remind you and everybody else who's watching, all these recipes are going to be up on our Facebook page later today. So make sure you come back and check those out.
Okay, so this is an important method. I'm really teaching you Irish here.
This is fun.
We're going full Irish right now.
If there's going to be one thing that you make Irish this year, this is the thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what I've been taught from a very young age. So you put a well in the center and you make your hand like a trough.
Okay.
A trough.
Okay, and then you have, obviously your friends around help you make it. Or otherwise you do it with your own hand. You pour the liquid. So pour the liquid in on top of me there.
On top of your hand.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I usually put in about 2/3 of the liquid first. And then just, flours will differ. So some flours will be lighter and some flours will be drier. Some flours will be more moist depending on where you store them. So always the liquid, 2/3, just put in 2/3 of it and then just do a test to see if you need to use
I'll stop right about there, right? That's about 2/3 of it?
Yeah, exactly. So the important thing here with the soda bread is you need to be light. If I start kneading this, it's the opposite of a yeast bread or a sourdough bread. If I start kneading it, it won't rise and be lovely and light, okay? So I'm going to be as light as I can with my fingers separated like this. If you don't like getting your hands in, you can use a fork.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Fine. Okay, so I do need
But like
more
Rachael
liquids.
always says, your best 2 kitchen utensils are your hands, right?
Exactly.
You got to get in there.
Yeah, I love it.
Gabby just commented and she said, do you make Irish soda bread year-round or just in March like us?
Every week.
Every
if
week?
Not twice a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We were saying on Monday that we don't know why we don't make it more. It's so easy.
It's so easy.
It's so...
we were saying it's sort of like Thanksgiving stuffing. It's like everybody's favorite thing at Thanksgiving, but you only make it at Thanksgiving. It's like we should make it more often.
Branch out.
I love this.
Yeah, we should start making Irish soda bread twice a week.
Every time I make this just like this, I feel like I'm at home. Because when I've been like traveling a lot, I wake up in the morning when I get back home and there's no, I have no bread in my,
You got no groceries.
In my pantry or whatever. I get up in the morning, I put on the music, come down in my pajamas, my slippers on, I make my bread, and I just feel I'm home.
Oh,
I'm home.
That's such a nice thing. Grant, someone commented and said that they need to marry you.
Oh.
So we've got one marriage proposal so far.
Any for me?
Who wants to marry Clodagh?
Carla from Minnesota says hello.
She's not.
Hello. And Gabby commented, nice haircut, Grant. Thank you. So much.
Great haircut.
Maybe that's why I got proposed to, because of my new haircut.
There it is.
I'll have to tip my barber
speaking of marriage proposals, my husband James is watching from New York, New Jersey. Hi, honey.
Jimmy.
Love ya.
Love you, Jimmy.
Jackie from Beach Grove, Indiana is watching.
I know he's watching at his desk.
Jack, we want you guys to comment right now. Who would you like to propose to? We're all open for proposals today. And someone commented, could this be done in a bread machine?
Yes, you could do this in a bread machine.
Cool.
I've never used a bread machine before.
So this is what I love. I love the bringing of it all together like this. So top it out. I put a bit of flour
right there
on my surface here, and this is really lovely. Take the time to do it for yourself. It's just such a nice thing to do. Shape it up like this. Feel the lovely soft dough, and then pat it down a bit like that. When you've got to that stage, then you pop it onto your baking tray or your baking sheet, and then you want to just shape it up again, and then I'm just pressing it down So that's about, what would you say, that's about 3 inches? Maybe?
Yeah, I'd say.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Clodagh, someone just commented, we were talking about this earlier today. Could you put cranberries in instead of the golden raisins?
Yeah.
You were suggesting, like, she was like, you can put in like some spicy chorizo and some different kind of herbs and make it a little bit more savory. This recipe really lends itself to like being a good base for a lot of
loads of different.
Yeah.
Actually, let me talk. Should I do a quick talk to the variations?
Absolutely.
So instead of the raisins, as I said, you could use chorizo. But don't put in the orange with that. So omit and leave out the orange and the raisins out of it, or the sultanas. And you could put in chorizo in there. You could put in pancetta in there. I usually crisp them up first.
So yummy.
Then put them in and use the oil in the liquid, so you're getting all that flavour in. You could use thyme, fresh rosemary. You can match them up. If you're using Actually, I made my soda bread. It was one of the first things I made on the show.
I remember that years ago.
About a year and a half ago or something. So actually, the recipe is up on
it's up on RachelRachael.com.
Clodagh also made you made a rollover once too with leftover Irish soda bread into ice cream.
I did.
Do you remember that?
That's one of our
favorites. We'll put that one up for you guys later too.
Hey guys, we're just getting word that there might not be sound right now. We're working out the sound. If you can't hear us, we're just waving over the RachelRachael, our kitchen. We're fixing the mics. Oh, we're back. Hey guys, you can hear us now.
Okay,
we are back.
What I've just done there is a real traditional thing that you do with your soda bread. You bless the bread. And this is quite a lovely thing to do. So what you do is you cut the bread right down nearly to the end like that, and with your knife, which is floured, you push it back like so, okay? And you do the exact same thing like here. This also lends itself to being very easy to handle it when it comes out, because then you break it. So we've blessed the bread, and then this is traditional too. If you're, superstitious, I'm superstitious. So then you just pinch the 4 pieces like that, and you're basically knocking out the fairies.
Oh, no fairies in this bread, guys.
No fairies in this bread.
Zero
so
fairies.
Then we're gonna
Can I brush it with a little bit of milk?
Brush it with a bit of milk, and then I'm gonna, as you're doing that, I'm gonna put this.
A little bit.
We put a little sprinkle of sugar on top as well. Do you have any sugar?
Yeah, the super fine sugar we have right there. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
Super fine
So
sugar.
while you're doing that,
let's switch spots.
Yeah, switch spots. Exactly.
We want to say hi to Michelle from Snowy, New Jersey. Michelle, I just commuted here from Snowy, New Jersey this morning. That was not a fun task this morning.
How did you get here?
I took the train, but it was there's lots of delays out there, guys. It was a lot. I got like 16 inches of snow at my house yesterday. It was your first blizzard?
Yeah, and these are the first time I've ever worn snow boots.
She's got snow boots.
Got them on.
I'm so excited.
She's a proper New Yorker now,
I feel like
guys.
a real New Yorker when I was walking along the snow coming here today, and my big jacket and my snow boots. I was like,
give it another few hours and all that snow will be black and slushy. So welcome to New York. Yeah. Hello, Iwa says hello from Poland, not Portland. Hello.
Wow.
We've got another Thanksgiving. It is not Thanksgiving. It's St. Patrick's Day. We've got a St. Patrick's Day question for Clodagh. Someone wants to know if they should bake or braise their corned beef.
Bake or braise it. You know what? I actually boil my corned beef.
You boil it?
I boil it.
Okay.
And I boil it.
It's a traditional way of doing it.
Yeah, exactly. And then when you're boiling the corned beef,
pop this
and
in the
we've
oven,
got sugar on top as
well.
well.
Did you sugar?
I put a little sprinkle on.
Oh, a little sprinkle.
Okay.
All right, Lauren pops in the oven.
And that goes into the oven. So for the corned beef, yes, I boil the corned beef, and then about 20 minutes before it's done, I get all my cabbage, which I chop up, and I put all around the side of it.
Yum.
And so the gorgeous thing about it is that all of the flavour from the corned beef gets into the cabbage as well. So you've got gorgeous.
I love corned beef. I can't wait. All right, you're gonna wash up, right?
Yes,
you're gonna wash your hands so that she can show us how to roll that over into something. Grant's got some Paddy melts coming up, which are very exciting. I want to show you Clodagh's finished bread. Clodagh, that is gorgeous.
That looks so yummy.
It is so beautiful. It got so nice and brown, I think, from the milk and the sugar on top. It got really beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, Clodagh has a great tip about when you know your bread is done. Should we flip this over and you're gonna do it for us, Grant?
Yeah.
You give it a knock.
You give it a knock.
And if it sounds hollow, that means it's done.
It's done.
You know what else I heard?
What?
No fairies.
Zero fairies.
No fairies.
We scared them all out.
And if you want to make a healthy version of that bread,
That's beautiful.
What you do is use 2/3 of wholemeal flour.
Ah.
You can put a little bit of rye in there too, and then the rest of it just regular,
That
all-purpose flour. That's the lovely, healthy version of it.
All right, so I'm going to clean this up, get Clodagh started for her French toast, like we said, but Grant is going to show us how to make his St. Paddy's milk.
So today I'm going to, we are talking about St. Patrick's Day and what we'd like to make for St. Patrick's Day. I love Paddy melts. I think they're really delicious. So
I've never had one.
Oh, really?
No.
Well, today I'm going to Irishamize
Okay.
a Paddy melt by throwing in some traditional Irish ingredients.
Well, why don't you call it a paddy?
A St. Paddy's melt. We're calling it a St. Paddy's melt today.
Okay. I know some people get offended by the word paddy. Sorry if we're offending you.
So we'll call it St. Patrick's
We're just doing this one today.
So here I just have some caramelized onions. So if you've never had a traditional patty melt, right? Is that
Never.
So typically it's a little bit. It's bread, a beef patty, Swiss cheese, and caramelized onions.
Is this brioche?
Yes, it is.
Oh, yummy. Okay.
So
it's
right
the
here,
posh one.
I've already caramelized 2 onions, and you just want to cook them down really, really soft until they start to turn like a really brown color.
Gorgeous.
And then we're going to deglaze it with some Irish beer.
Yum. Did you use stout or are you using beer?
This is stout.
Stout.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we throw in a whole bottle of that, and we just let it cook down.
Why do you use the stout? What flavors do you think it brings to it?
I think it's really nice with the bread because it has that sort of like bready taste to it, the yeasty taste, you know?
Caramel, coffee flavors
exactly.
as well, right?
Yeah, and then I'm also going to add in some caraway seeds.
I love caraway.
I know.
I feel like caraway is very controversial.
Can I smell them?
Yeah, totally. How do you feel about
like this flavor, but I know a lot of people don't like the flavor. Do you guys like caraway seeds? Are you yes or no for caraway seeds? I love caraway. I'd wear caraway as like perfume. I think it smells so beautiful.
You could grind it down.
Or a candle. That sounds lovely. Linda commented and she said that everybody's Irish on St. Patrick's Day, but she's Irish every day. That's fine. I know. VJ is wondering, our coworker VJ is wondering if we could deliver some of that bread.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll head over, VJ. The new apartment.
Let's do it.
Easy.
May says hello from Iowa. Hello. And Rachael and Bria, 2 of our old coworkers. Hey, girls. They are watching from their desks in New York City. Miss you guys. Julia says hi from Chicago. And Charlotte says hi from Colorado. It's in the 70s. Charlotte, that sounds so much warmer than it is here because it is like in the 20s right now.
So right now, do you mind buttering those other ones? Yeah. So I'm just going to butter one side of this bread because we're going to throw this all onto the griddle and make it nice and melty. It's almost like a cheeseburger meets a grilled cheese sandwich.
Yes, please.
I know, right? So I'm also going to spread on, Jeanette, do you want to put some mustard on top?
Oh, yeah. I love this mustard. That's like that really spicy yellow mustard.
Yeah.
Me
So
too.
you've got the
Strong mustard.
yellowest, spiciest mustard. And now we're just going to build our sandwich. And I'll take that bread.
Oh, sure. Here, let me get you
You know
a
the
little more
caraway
mustard.
seeds? When I was growing up in Ireland, we used to have, and my mother always gets it, just before Christmas we get caraway cake.
Oh.
Which is like a Madeira cake, but it's got like the flavour of caraway in it.
That sounds so good.
Yeah, it's really, really good
delicious.
actually. Yeah, I love it.
All right, so far you guys are weighing in. We've got 2 yeses for caraway and 1 no. So guys, keep letting us know. Are you guys caraway in your food or no caraway?
All right, so to make this patty melt, on the mustard side of the bread, I'm going to add 2 slices of Swiss cheese because I need to have some Swiss cheese for a patty melt. So I'm definitely adding some of that.
Could you use Irish cheddar as well?
So that's actually our next layer. We're going to put on one of our beef patties and then a slice of Irish cheddar. That's right, we're doing cheese on both sides.
Oh my god.
I know, right?
This is going to be a really good
then-
experience for your first patty melt.
This is our patty melt. I'm going to pop that onto a griddle back there, and we're going
Yum.
to cook this up until the cheese gets nice and melty. And then we're going to dig in.
I'm starving.
Good. I know. So Clodagh, I think while he's cooking that up, do you want to show? Actually, you were telling us before a little bit about the tradition of Irish soda bread and how you take it. And will you explain that to everybody? Like that, it's like it was an Irish tradition that I wasn't familiar with.
Yeah, and I always do it. Like if some of my friends are watching, you know this.
Hey guys.
I always do this at home. So I always have my Clodagh bread, which is the one which is with the wholemeal flour and the rosemary.
Yes.
That's like my staple bread that I have. And I always have it in the middle of the table. And whoever's kind of new to, because I always have suppers at home. I have a little old coach house. That's where I do all the testing of my recipes and everything. I'm like obsessive with posting Instagram pictures up there.
If you guys don't follow Clodagh on Instagram, she's one of my faves to follow.
Yeah, I do. I post all the pictures of like my house and everything up there. And I have my test kitchen there. So I always have people over for supper so I can test out my recipes on them, and they're really good at it. A lot of the recipes actually when I'm coming on here,
You always test them
out with my friends. But anyhow, back to the bread. I always have the bread in the middle of the table, and whoever is new to my house, the first time they come for supper, they get to bake the bread.
How special.
Yeah, but my friend Hannah, I don't know if she's watching.
Hi Hannah.
She always wants she feels like the bread should be named the Hannah bread because she loves it so much.
Aww.
She always likes to break it. But this is the way you break it. So you just break it like this, like that, and it's basically a blessing to everybody. You break the bread.
How nice.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's nice.
Clodagh, not only are you our very first guest on Facebook Live today, we've also got another first. Ashley from Boston is watching while she's in labor.
Oh, wow.
You're joking. Oh my god.
That is a first for Facebook Live.
Ashley,
you should name your baby Clodagh. Good luck with everything. You're killing it.
Love. We'll be thinking of you.
I know. And let us know if you name the baby Clodagh or Grant or Jeanette. Maybe.
Yeah, loads of positive energy going to you. You go, girl.
And Mary just commented that she loves the Irish accent. I know. It's so charming.
Thanks,
Lovely. I know. Susan's watching from Scotland.
Oh, hello, Scotland.
That's not too far away from Ireland.
No, it isn't for Celts.
And Rachel says that she likes caraway if it's ground, but not the whole seed.
I'm with you, actually.
Okay.
I'm with Rachel on that.
I like that. Danielle says hi from Central Florida. And Dennis is wondering if when you do make your corned beef, do you brine it?
Do I brine it? You know what? They usually, in Ireland, they're usually already brined when you buy them in the
I think they are here too, right?
Yeah, I think so. Lisa's watching from Philly.
Hello, Lisa and Philly.
And Emily from Salt Lake City, Utah.
Hello.
And Jeanette, you have a twin watching from Orlando.
Oh, hello. I wish I was in Orlando. Sounds a lot warmer there today.
And Debbie from Utah.
Yeah, I have a knife somewhere.
And Lisa from Kingston, Illinois.
Hello.
We have a lot of people
watching
today. This is fun.
Yeah, let's do 3. So Clodagh is making up a perfect use up for that leftover Irish soda bread because you know after the party's over, there's still going to be Irish soda bread around on Saturday.
Yeah.
Chloe, I'm going to just put a little bit of butter down on the griddle, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I started whisking this up while you were talking about the lovely story about the bread. So that was just a little bit of milk, eggs, and cinnamon. But what else do you add in a very special ingredient that we're getting the party started now, guys.
So this is called my cinnamon and whiskey Irish toast. So it's a take on basically French toast, but we're Irishizing it. I will be honest, actually. You know when I was saying earlier that myself and Jeanette go back and forth all the time about ideas? This was actually Jeanette's idea. It was.
I don't even remember it being. You can absolutely.
You're like, oh, it'd be so fun to do like the
French toast.
I'm like, yeah, of course it would be.
It's a reality now.
Yeah. So anyhow, so what we've put in here are eggs. And we mixed it up and we put milk in here, we put cinnamon in here, and then we're putting in a drop of Irish whiskey.
I love the smell of melting Irish butter. It smells really good in here, guys.
So the cinnamon and whiskey go really gorgeous together. We're going to whisk it all together like so. Get a bit of butter on your grill.
Molly commented and said that she's really horrible at baking. Is that recipe easy enough for her?
I promise you, Molly, thank you for the message. It was so easy. It's a foolproof recipe for anybody. Like I have friends that don't even make pasta dishes. Like they don't cook anything, and they're making my bread. So
and I said I could do it, and I do not bake, so it was very, very easy.
Yeah, it's super easy.
Oh, I love French toast. The smell of French toast is
it's so good.
Yummy.
So that bread, when you've got it left over, for a couple of days, it's so perfect for it. Let these soak. I usually maybe let them soak for about a half an hour, but we're just going to twist them around.
We're going to twist them.
Straight
just to remind you guys, if you do want to make any of these recipes, all of these recipes will be on the Facebook page later today. We have Clodagh's Irish Clodagh bread. I'm working on a St. Paddy's melt over here. We're going to show you guys the finished ones in just a second. And right now, Clodagh's doing her rollover with a little Clodagh bread French toast
for Saturday morning brunch.
And then to serve it with, I know this is an Irish dish, but I do love mascarpone with anything actually. I'm going to put a little bit of honey in here. Yeah, put a little bit of honey in here.
A little bit of honey and a little vanilla extract.
We have great honeys in Ireland actually. If you're ever visiting Ireland, go pick up beautiful wild honeys, especially from the Burn or the west coast of Ireland. It's so gorgeous.
So we're going to let these cook up. I know you guys have probably noticed I haven't made anything yet, and I think it is time for some St. Patrick's Day boozy milkshakes.
Yes.
What do you guys think?
Yes. Let's get this party started.
All right, so St. Patrick's Day is Friday. We are having a fun party here today. I'm going to use some mint chocolate chip ice cream because I'd say half of the fun of St. Patrick's Day is eating green food, right? Yeah. Actually, Clodagh's going to be on the show on Friday with Rachael, and we taped it a few days ago, and you had a really fun experience. You and Rachael Rachael gave you your first green beer.
Well, we were all, you'll see it on Friday, and I'm going to tell everything, but yeah, I had my first green beer.
That's all you need to know.
It's fun. It's a really fun show.
You guys had a lot of fun doing that show. So make sure you watch on Friday, Rachael and Clodagh on our show. All right, so I'm taking...
watching from Denmark.
Oh, hello. Anna May is watching. I know, Facebook Live is just so cool.
And we have a viewer from Egypt
Wow.
as well.
Hello, Nasima. From Egypt.
Cool.
It's so cool.
Anybody from Ireland?
Yeah, where are all of our Irish friends, guys?
And Sherry is watching from North Carolina, which now doesn't seem that far away. Seems so close.
All right, I'm going to give this a quick zap.
Oh, that's quite cute.
Oh, Susan, Clodagh, you just got a new Instagram follower. Susan just said that she started following you on Instagram.
Oh, thank you, Susie.
Debbie is asking what's the difference between Irish butter and regular butter.
So the difference between, I might just wait until then. So the difference between Irish butter and regular butter, if you've ever come to Ireland, you'll notice that there are more cows out in the fields and there are people, which is a really beautiful thing.
And
I've actually only begun to really appreciate that since I've like lived in other countries, is that all of our cows, pretty much, I think it's like 98% is the number, are actually reared outdoor and grass fed. So that's the biggest difference. So when you have cows that are reared outdoor and grass-fed and natural like that, they produce the most beautiful, pure milk, and we use our milk to make butter. A lot of countries like Italy and everything like that, their number one quality milk goes into making the cheeses like Parmesan, exactly. Yeah. But we use our premium milk for our butter, and that's why our butter tastes.
And you
so
might
good.
look at it and say butter can't taste that much different, but it really does. It's delicious.
Yeah.
Irish butter is great.
All right, guys. So I'm just blending up the Boozy milkshakes. I added in a few shots of Jameson. It's St. Patrick's Day, guys. If you're making these for the kids, leave the Jameson out. But
so what did you put in there again?
I just added in a half a gallon of mint chocolate chip ice cream and then a little bit of milk. Actually, Chef Bobby Flay taught us how to make milkshakes. You don't add as much. I know, I love Bobby Flay. He's a fellow Irishman.
Yeah.
I just add a little bit of milk, and it really goes a long way. You want a nice thick milkshake. I'm gonna zap that up really quickly, and then we're gonna pour it.
Clodagh, one of our really good friends of ours now, Sweeta Pasco, she watches every single broadcast. Her friend, she got a recipe from her friend's granny, but she didn't cut the crisscross so deep in her Irish bread. Do you think it's going to be okay?
Yeah, no, that would be fine. You probably see how this one is done here, and you can really see it quite defined. It probably just won't be as defined as that. So just the next time you're making it, because you're going to be making this every week now, right? So the next time you make it, just make the slices a little deeper.
And Lisa commented and said that she was married on St. Patrick's Day, so happy anniversary, Lisa.
A good lucky day.
Yeah. And Irma is watching from Melville, Long Island.
Irma.
I'm going to go grab one of my patty melts because I think they're almost
I think
done.
they smell good. Sarah's saying that she is bartending. Can she make on Friday? Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys, these are my St. Patrick's Day Boozy milkshakes.
Oh, so she's bartending for the party on Friday.
Oh, she's bartending for the party on Friday. Make these tonight. Make these for lunch. I think that's probably what we're going to have for lunch today. I'm just going to top these off with a little bit of whipped cream because everything's better with a little bit of whipped cream.
Oh my god.
And then I am going to top them with, I love those mini chocolate chips. They're just my favorite chocolate chips. A few mini chocolate chips. And then it's not a milkshake until there is a little maraschino cherry. Am I right? Then I've got 3 pretty straws. And I think it is time for a Boozy milkshake cheers. What do you guys think?
Oh my god, that looks amazing.
Here you go.
Sounds delicious.
Cheersies, cheersies.
So
cheers to you guys.
Oh,
cheers,
happy
guys.
St. Patrick's Day. Thank you for being here with us. Oh yeah. That's delicious.
Oh my god.
That is so good.
It's kind of, you can't even really taste the whiskey that much, which is a little dangerous.
I want to show you guys the patty melt. I just cut into it and it looks beautiful. So this is our St. Patty's melt. It's a ground beef patty with some beer, caramelized onions, a little bit of Irish cheddar, and some Swiss cheese. All kinds of cheese in there.
That sounds real good. Someone just asked how much of the whiskey did I put in. I used about half a gallon of ice cream, so I did between like 4 and 5 shots. It'll probably...
You could do equal parts ice cream to booze, right?
Yeah.
Half a gallon, whatever.
Perfect. Gita is watching from Trinidad. Hello.
Amazing.
Carol says hi from Reno, Nevada. Hello, Carol. I want to give this a try, and then I want to try Clodagh. Did you show them your beautiful finished French toast?
Yeah, so this is my Irish French toast with cinnamon and whiskey, and then I've done a mascarpone vanilla and honey on top, and
that looks. I'm gonna take a bite of that. You try your first patty melt and let us know what you think.
I'm excited.
I know.
Ooh, patty melt. Cheers.
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 Especially when it's so cold outside.
Like I know. It's a good, nice, cozy comfort food. I'm gonna take a bite of this one. I know. And then we're always talking with our mouthfuls on Facebook Live. You're totally.
Oh my god. I feel this is slightly unfair to everybody watching.
You guys will have to get the recipe from our Facebook page and make it.
Oh my god.
That was fun. Clodagh, this is so delicious. It really like soaked up that really nice, the milk and the eggs. And that mascarpone cream on top is absolutely delicious.
It is delicious.
Fork down.
All right, we have a lot of stuff to eat.
We have a lot of food.
We're going to chow down here. All of these recipes are going to be up on the Facebook page later today, just to remind you guys. Make sure you tune into the show on Friday, and you'll see Clodagh making some more wonderful Irish recipes. And if you like what you saw today, make sure you like, comment, share, and cook. Thanks for watching, everybody. And thanks for being here, Clodagh.
Thank you for being